It feels like Syracuse basketball won in the Sweet 16, but all Syracuse football did was beat a ranked opponent. It was for the first time in 4 years, so quite an impressive win. It's Cuse Countdown, the web edition. I'm Chris Thompson, Emily Wood and Jackson Agello, analysts joining us today. Guys, what a week for Syracuse football. What a week for Dino Babers. First off, gets the W, but secondly, that post-game press conference speech, wow, took Twitter by storm. I loved it, you loved it, everybody loved it. But more importantly, has Coach Dino Babers won you over yet?
You know, I like that he recognizes that this team needs change. They've been losing for years now. He's coming in, he's trying something new with this fast offense. I like it. However, he's only won one big game. It's going to take more time for him to really win me over.
He's won me over coming in as an offensive coach ever since this offense has taken off and been in the top 10 all year in the passing statistics. That won me over. The defense, they have their own struggles on that end, and it's a young team there. He's working with that going forward. I'll give him more time with that, but the offense has won me over, and that's what he came in to do.
Well, Emily, Dino definitely agrees with you. It was just one game. That's the message he's trying to send to his team.
Understand that it's just one win, and treat this football team, the Boston College football team, with respect. Respect your opponent and go back out and go back to work. You know, all we proved so far is that we're occasionally great, and what I want this football team to be is consistently good. It bothers me that we're not consistently good, and that's what we're striving for. And we may get there this year, we may not, but that's where we're heading, to be consistently good.
To be consistently good. Now, it sounds like that's kind of the expectation Dino is giving his team. Would you guys agree now that the expectation has risen because of that big win?
Yeah, I think it's definitely risen a little bit. I think that, you know, the big win, they get some progress, they can move forward. However, he said it himself, it's one game. Their defense has struggled all year. They've played 6 really bad games defensively. It's going to take more time for them to be in a bowl game.
I think expectations have not risen for the offense. I think the expectations were already high for them. But I think the defensive expectations might have risen just a little bit, just based on how well they played against a strong Virginia Tech team, a ranked team. They played well, they played hard, and I think that's something you'll look forward to against Boston College, which is a weak offensive team.
I mean, I agree completely that the progress was there. However, why did it take them all the way to week 7 to get there? I just don't think that's acceptable.
I think it's a young team, and that's why it's taken some time, and I think it still will take time. But we'll test this young team and see if they can be more mature this weekend after a big high win, to see if they can keep that intensity up against Boston College.
Well, let's see how that young team is doing in the conference standings, which will come up on a second. You'll see Syracuse is in that third column near the losers of the conference, I suppose. But really, they're right in the mix of it with that 1-2 conference record. Because take a look, Florida State and Wake Forest are both sitting at 2-2. Syracuse is right within striking distance. The season is still young when you're talking about the conference. But if you take a look at 13, Boston College sitting at 0-3 in the conference. It's been that way for quite a bit because the team has not won a conference game since November 29th, 2014. And that was an A.J. Long Syracuse squad leading the way. It's put BC head coach Steve Addazio in some hot water. Some BC beat writers are even predicting that he will be fired if Syracuse pulls off the win this Saturday. Let's talk about Saturday's game now for a little bit. Let's talk about some keys. Emily, what does Syracuse have to do really well in order to win this game?
I think Syracuse has to apply a heavy pass rush. They've been really good this year when those outside linebackers can get in the face of the quarterback the way they did against Rod Evans last week. They forced him to make some quick passes, a little off-balanced, uncoordinated. You know, I know this week that BC's offense is ranked 121 out of 128 teams. That's not very good. Patrick Towles, he's not the dual-threat quarterback that SU's seen in Quentin Flowers, Lamar Jackson, guys like that. He relies on standing back in the pocket and going through his progressions, finding his receivers. If Syracuse can take that away from him, he's really going to struggle.
My key to the game is the orange pass offense. I think that it's really important for them to get that going. It's a strength for this team. They're currently 3rd in the nation in the passing offense in terms of the yards, and I think that they need to keep that going. It's a strength-on-strength matchup. Boston College is one of the top defenses in the country, 4th in total overall defense, And in order for the Orange to be successful, they're going to need to keep that pass offense going because that's a key for this team and a key for them to keep winning games.
All right, Jackson, taking a look at your tie, maybe the Orange will be successful this Saturday. What do you think? What's your final score?
Well, you inferred correctly. I'm going with the Orange in this one. I'm going 27-14 Syracuse for this game. I think the Orange will pull this one out. I think it's going to be a little bit more lower scoring for the Orange. We've seen them put up some higher point totals lately. I think it'll only be about 27. BC has a talented defense, and I think that Syracuse will be able to shut down BC's offense because they truly have struggled all year and are among the nation's worst.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going with the Syracuse win as well, just a little higher scoring. I'm going 31-24 in favor of the Orange. You know, I think that they have come a long way with that last game against Virginia Tech. They can use that momentum they built. Eric Dungey can continue. He's feeling good. He's playing well. He can continue to put points on the board. And if their linemen can help, their linebackers can help that secondary, I think that their defense can shut down Patrick Towles and the BC offense.
So, both our analysts believe that Syracuse will improve to 4-4, and Dino Babers will have an even 500 squad. Wow, that sounded weird coming out of my mouth. Well, that'll wrap it up for this edition of Cuse Countdown. Make sure to check out our website, citrustv.com. It is absolutely beautiful. Believe me, you'll love it. For Emily Wood and Jackson Agello, I'm Chris Thompson.